We're going to Six Flags. Dude, what just happened to him? You totally freaked me out.
Okay, so there was this woman at Wendy's, and Chris was saying, and he saw her go out and I guess sit down on the curb, and she started crying. He says, Tim, she's crying, right? We think, okay, maybe she got fired or something or whatever. Anyway, time elapses, and then the boss walks up, and the boss is like, you know, something's going on, and now the girl's going hysterical. Her hands are shaking and everything. So then somebody else comes, you know, and there's like 3 people out there, and I'm like, man, this would be a good idea to video, you know, so I start videoing, and then the cops show up, and they start talking to her, and obviously something's going on, and they're obviously calling for paramedics. Then the paramedics show up, and when the paramedics show up, you know, they go there and she's just going hysterical. She's going nuts, you know. So anyway, so I start filming this and you know, because I'm a filmmaker and I like to capture these moments. So anyway, I was just filming, and then after a while I was like, you know, it'd be cooler if I got outside and videoed. So I go outside and I'm videoing, you know. And I'm doing that for about 5 minutes or so. And then the manager walks out and she says, I can't believe you're doing this, you know, or something like that. And as soon as she does that, this big mean looking dude turns around and he starts walking over to me and he says, turn that camera off right now. And he gets right in my face. I can smell the tobacco off of his breath and he's about to kill me, okay? So then the cop, he sees that and immediately runs and pulls him away from me, and one of his buddies I think pulls him away from me, and then I go and I run inside. So as soon as I go inside though, a cop follows me in.
The next time I see Tim, he's standing there talking to a police officer as I'm getting lids for our Frosty and spoons. So he's talking to the police officer, and I thought the police officer was maybe, you know, talking to him about getting the tape or something, you know, maybe able to use that for maybe Atlanta's version of Cops. So as I thought Tim was negotiating with the police officer, I noticed Tim is scared, and he's like in total panic, shock mode, and he's like fiddling around with the camera. And I overhear the police officer saying that he better erase erase what he had. And I was like, oh my goodness. And I walk over with the Frosties, and I hear Tim say, well, let me tell you the truth. When I heard that, I was like, oh my goodness. Tim was like, I'm a filmmaker.
Cop follows me in and he says, I want you to go and get that tape and I want you to destroy it right now. I want you to erase it. And I'm like, okay. And he's like, erase it right now. So I turn out the camera, you know, and I open it up and I'm like, well, how the crap am I gonna erase this? It's like 30 minutes worth of footage. So I go to the, you know, to erase and I hit the record play and it's not working. I told him, you know, well, you know, it's just that I'm a filmmaker and I like to, you know, then, I mean, he stayed for about 2 or 3 minutes with us. He was being very stern, forcing me to delete this video.
So as he's sitting there fiddling around with it, I reach over there to kind of tell him, and the police officer says, well, you just better erase that, and then disappears. So apparently he had much bigger things to take care of than making sure this tape was erased. But as soon as the police officer walks out the door, Tim's like, hurry, hurry, put it in the back, let's go, let's go, let's go. And we just dart out the door. He's like, go, hurry, quick, over the hill, before we get killed.
And as soon as he left, I grabbed Chris and we took off, and we just got back in the car right now. So now what I'm gonna do is I gotta change my clothes. I'm gonna wear a cap and my glasses so nobody can identify me or somebody's gonna kill me. Like literally, this is not an exaggeration. Kill me, okay? The guy was like, why are you doing this? And I'm sure he used very colorful expletives, but I don't remember any of them because my blood was rushing to my hands and away from my brain. So anyway, that's it. That's a great adventure for today. And I'm still kind of shaky. My hands are a little shaky. I can't even eat my Frosty that Chris got for me and enjoy it. But I'm going to change clothes and hopefully my disguise will work and I'll be able to move along. All right, great. Thanks. See ya.
the ninja. Look, look. It's the one where everybody gets whiplash in their suit.